Okay, hi everybody, it's Karl at Escape here, and today we're joined by Angie and Ronda from Adventures in NoMadness. Don't forget to check out their channel on Instagram and on YouTube. Some wonderful videos, not just about escape. Okay? Yeah, so lots of adventures in as nomads, lots of adventures in NoMadness. Very recently up in Alaska for a year, and some great content there, some great wildlife content as well on that particular channel. Today we're going to go through and do a trailer review, or like a trailer talk review. We're going to do a walking review as we walk around their trailer, and so to get your insights on what you got, what you might have changed, or what you might like to add. Okay. And he said, if I did it again, I wouldn't have this.
Awesome.
That type of day. And here's why. And of course, we all recognize that this is all very personal based and based on your camping style, and you guys camp an awful lot more than most people do.
We're full time,
right? So I think it's well worth listening to what Angie and Ronda have to say because it might set you up certainly for your future going forwards. In what might I encounter, or what might I see? It's tough when people are just looking at it as weekenders.
Yeah, it's different.
They're kind of put up with things at weekenders, but when you have to do a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, month, or whatever in there, then it kind of changes your perception of that little niggling thing suddenly becomes a much larger issue to deal with. Okay, wonderful. Well, it's great to have you here. We're in Chilliwack, by the way. So we're at Cultus Lake Camp, or Cultus, and
we're at Delta Grove.
Delta Grove. Yeah. I was thinking Cedar, but that's the other one we did with Danica. Yeah, we're at Delta Grove. So it's a beautiful campsite backing right onto the water. Yes. For anyone who's interested in coming to Cultus Lake in Chilliwack.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, a great spot for a lot of people when they do come here and pick up their trailer. I know it's more difficult for the US folks because you got to come back across the border and come to it. But I always recommend to people, like, if you can, depending on the time of the year, grab a campsite close. Check everything out. Make sure you're 100% because we're always there to help out. Yep. Sort of afterwards, and it's better to catch it in the beginning so that people's expectations are all looked after in the right way. Okay, good. So we do the walk. I'll let you guys kind of lead me along here.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
You're up?
No, you. Well, first off, let's just say we went with the Escape 21. And this was 2019. Yep. Oh, we got ours.
Mm.
And we got almost all of the options. So it's pretty fully loaded. And that's really just because of the camping style we have, full time, and we want to be able to camp in hot, in cold, boondock, full hookups. So we pretty much cover the entire gambit. So as we walk around, that's kind of the baseline going in. We have the storage here and the power. Yeah, power jack. We had an old trailer that had the manual, and we didn't want to have that forever. It's kind of a pain. So this is awesome. Absolutely love the power jack.
Yeah.
And we did turn ours around.
I saw that. Yeah.
So Lippard, I'm not sure is making the double holes anymore from what I've been hearing, but this was actually pretty easy to do. And that was a game changer for us to be able to put the tailgate down on the truck when we're still attached. Because we do a lot of one-nighters, two-nighters, and we don't necessarily detach all the time. So that's awesome. And the truck is an extension of our living space. So being able to lift the tailgate down and have drawers that we can pull out has definitely a game changer. Plus, for boondocking, we have a 30-gallon tank in the back of our truck, and so we can drop the tailgate if we need to and still fill up that tank in the truck as well. Right. So that's huge. What else? So we didn't, as far as extras on the outside, we didn't do a lot other than what we're just talking about here. We did have an extra tube added at the back in order to store some the extra sewer line tube. So we can show you that, but that's really made it helpful for us and not have to worry about squeezing two in there. And we didn't add a lot of exterior hatches, so we just have the one standard one. Mostly because we don't have the need to get into stuff from the outside. If we have something that's a tool or something like that, it's either stored in here or in the truck. Right. Everything else is more of an interior access, so we didn't need that kind of thing. I know a lot of people like to have the additional ones put in to their under benches and that kind of thing, but we just decided we didn't want any accesses, right? The fewer holes, the better.
Right.
Just because of the amount of moisture a lot of times that we're camping in. Anything to add on that?
No, I don't think so. Good job.
Great.
For not wanting to talk very much.
I think, the next item is really just the awning. Right?
Oh, yeah. Manual awning.
Yeah, so a lot of people are afraid of using the manual awning, but really when you get used to it, it's so easy.
We love it.
And you can see here we have it sloped.
Yeah.
We didn't have to worry about it dumping all night last night and didn't have to pull it in, and it gives us a dry space to sit outside even in the rain, and also to hang our raincoats and that kind of stuff. So we have going in and out, we don't have to bring all the wet inside.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even consider a manual. I mean, the electric
The
awning.
power, yeah.
And there's a few people in the Pacific Northwest that had the electric awning and wish that they would have gone with the manual.
And in fact, whenever I'm talking to anybody, it's like, hey, if you're in the Pacific Northwest, it rains. So, it just at any time, in July, August, September, ish, can be pretty good, but anytime up to then, who knows, right?
Yeah,
it's going to rain. And manual awning is so easy to put up for anybody. So easy. I mean, you see a lot of people, they're terrified of it. They think, oh, this big hulking thing, how am I going to set it up?
We can each do it on our own.
You can do it on your own. It's real easy.
Yeah,
it's
not
really
that bad.
easy to get done. Yeah, I had the same.
Ronda did the whole video on the awning and showed you doing it all by yourself.
Yeah, on the 21NE, we have the 21NE, and it's manual awning for the same purpose, right? I want to be able to offset it, let the water run off, because it's going to rain.
And we camp a significant amount of time in the trees in the Pacific Northwest, so that was definitely not
and
even a consideration.
And it's standard. So for anyone, the manual awning is the standard choice on the trailer. That's the idea. And I noticed you got the bathroom window in there.
But that was not something we wanted.
Oh.
That was a mistake.
Oh, that came free?
It was a bonus.
Oh, okay.
It was a whoopsie.
Right.
But that's okay. I mean, we kind of like it, but if we had it on our list, we would not have it on there. And the reason is really because, like right now, you can even see, right, that it's got a lot of moisture. There's just so much humidity, and this being the single, I think this is single.
Yeah, because the old hair singles.
This one is. So you can see how much moisture's on there all the time.
Right.
So that isn't the best. But a lot of people really do swear by these. If you're boondocking and you want the light, I mean, it is nice for that. You don't have to use your lights inside. This will provide plenty of light for that. But if we had to do it over again, we would certainly leave that off, I think, because we just don't use it. We keep it covered a lot.
Yeah. Whereas I'm the opposite. We have ours, it's always open.
Yeah.
And the fan is running a lot of the time, and it's just, I also have a compost and throw it in. Right?
Okay. So that's actually a really good point.
Yeah.
We don't have the composting in there, so we don't have to worry about the air circulation as much as you do with that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's good.
So the other big thing on the outside, of course, is the solar. So we've got both solar panels up there. And
I see.
We do, I don't know,
Instead
probably.
of, what is that usually goes there? The radio antenna?
Jack antenna.
Yeah, Jack TV antenna.
Definitely glad we went with that right off the bat. We knew we would do a significant amount of.
Well, you guys are boondocking quite a bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, probably dry camping 90% of the time.
Oh, wow.
So we're not in campgrounds hardly ever. I mean, we exclusively boondocked for a year and a half.
Right.
And then before we even had a hookup, and that's only because I think we went to the RV park in Talkeetna to do a couple things that we needed power for, and then and then a couple times this summer, just because of the nature of where we were at, we had a couple of places that when we were traveling, we had power.
So you make full use of it.
Oh yeah,
really, right? Make full use of it. You still on this? You still on the 6-volt lead acids, or have you?
We're on the 6-volt AGMs.
Yeah, AGMs.
And we will be upgrading those though.
Oh, okay.
We're going to head to lithium. Hopefully this fall we can find somebody to install.
I'd say I might have some really interesting news in Q4 of this year.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking in terms of, I mean, you might want a lot of power energy or power density settings. I'm not going to say it right now on this one, because I know the minute I say it, people are going to be all over me for it, but we don't have it yet. But I'll talk to you about this afterwards. And then you guys will all find out about this hopefully in Q4 later this year. All depends on certification.
Yes.
So if we can get certification for it, we're going to have a really interesting option on lithiums. That's
can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, quite interesting. So remind me to talk about that one for you. For sure.
We'll be reminding you.
Yeah.
The scones came from hope, not from escape. I'll turn on the light out here.
Good idea.
See if that helps.
Yeah, got your LED. And of course your bicycle's on the back.
We don't use the LEDs very often, but we are glad we have them because when we do boondock in the desert, it's sometimes nice to have those extra lights out here.
Shorter days.
Yeah, it gets quite dark.
And oh, go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
also have-
You got the
I
Zamp
think
and
we have
the-
the Zamp port. So we do have a portable
We have a third
solar,
panel.
yeah, that we can put out and plug into that. So
Yeah, and
we
a
use
12
that
volt
pretty
USB.
frequently, especially when it's, you're camped under trees like this. You may need to stick something where you have an opening. And then we have the DC plugs here, but
And
we
the
don't
USB.
really use them a lot
Right.
unless we're sitting out here for a long time.
Right.
And then we want to charge something up. But most of the time, our stuff that we come out here with.
It's already charged up and ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
have used the
Yeah, that's a standard power.
standard.
Yeah, 120 volt on
Yeah.
the,
We have used that
that's like the
periodically.
GFCI on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We do love the upgraded wheels because those look really nice.
And how are
Sometimes you do stuff just for the looks of it.
I know.
Right, yeah. And you're on, obviously you guys, you're on different tires now, so.
Yes. Yeah, we upgraded to, I think I found the last pair of Goodyear endurance tires in Alaska. So
Right.
it was a little hard to get Amazon to send them up. Some stuff was just a little hard to get delivered to our PO box.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
called
for
all over
sure.
Anchorage, and then found a shop in Wasilla that had one
Oh,
set.
okay.
So I'm like, all right, I'm snapping those up.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got the pressure monitors on.
We do.
I see too.
Yeah. We need to tweak those. We actually have a booster. We need to install that
Okay.
in the back because sometimes it doesn't quite read this far back. But we have the booster so that it should monitor more better, just better.
Yeah.
So we do
Good.
have the spray foam underneath. We've really had, I think some people get concerned on the spray foam that it'll make it hard to get at stuff, but we have not had that problem.
We leave all the drain valves and
Yeah.
the things that you need to get to
Yeah.
exposed.
And if for some reason you did have to dig into it, it's easy enough to patch it. So
Yeah, it's not easy to get it off.
no, it's easy enough to patch.
But it's easy to patch for
Don't
sure.
worry that it's like-
Yeah, you said that very well.
2 years, and we've had no reason to dig into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
2.5
extra-
years now.
Yeah, especially for you guys, that extra insulation is
Oh my gosh, there's
it's really
no way.
valuable, you know.
Because we were in Alaska at 10 below before we moved out of here.
Yeah, that's
So
10, that's 10
it's,
Fahrenheit below, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
that's
minus
it.
20-ish centigrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
cold.
there's no way
Yeah.
without that insulation.
Yeah, we've had a few people with that minus 20-ish, right? Centigrade, pardon me, minus 10 Fahrenheit-ish. And obviously your water tanks will freeze because it's just
Oh, yeah, we
cold soak
winterized.
eventually.
Yeah,
They're going
yes.
to go.
Yeah.
But the furnace kept you going.
Oh, yeah.
Keeps you warm inside.
It did.
Yeah, so more
It was
anecdotal
going all the
information.
time, though. I mean, we were going through a tank of propane every 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, yeah.
It's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's better than it's better than being
Better than
cold.
freezing.
That's for sure.
So the windows, I think, is the other
Yeah,
big
frameless.
option, right? So frameless, we love them. Now it's not just the looks. I love just to be able to just open it up again. Rain.
Yeah,
Don't have to worry about the rain getting in.
yeah.
So
Yeah, has been just a handful of times in the Southwest where it's gotten so warm. We wish we had windows that opened up more fully for more air and cross flow. But I mean, that's literally been, it gets above 75 for us, so we're heading somewhere a lot cooler anyway.
Yeah, I've experienced both now. So I had the fifth wheel, which was the awning with the awning style windows that are frameless windows, and now the 21NE with the sliders. And I'm liking the sliders.
Yeah.
they're good when the heat
I
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, and of course, there's a bit of change, right? Since you purchased yours, for us now, all the frameless are top hinge, awning style, and all the framed windows are sliders. Where it used to be that the bathroom window was always a hinge,
Yes.
regardless.
Yes.
So then, Lippert bought hair, and then they changed them all on us. Yeah. We get a call one day saying, "Yeah, we're not doing these anymore." And I was like, okay.
That's all you can do.
Okay, I guess. What can I do about it? Nothing.
Right.
Okay. We'll go from there.
Much.
So, yeah, brilliant.
So anything else out here?
Yeah, well, not on this side anyway that I can think of. We do have the propane,
Yeah, the propane quick connect.
Honestly, we haven't used it because we have an older grill that we like. You know, when that craps out and we buy something new, maybe we'll buy something that we can hook up to it.
Yeah,
but
without the regulator. Yeah.
yes. However, we do have our Honda generator, and I do have the propane conversion on that with the kit that will plug right into that.
Did a video on that.
Yes.
Right.
We haven't needed. I have a feeling sometime in the next week we may have to actually pull the generator out.
Okay.
Just because we're going to be camping
if we're in this kind of weather,
environment
we're not getting solar.
Because we're going to be camping at a couple Washington State parks, and we're going to be in the trees, and we'll see how well our batteries do. But yeah, so we've got the kit. We can just plug right into that.
Good to go.
So yeah, we haven't had to yet, but we have it if we need to.
I'm sure at some
Anything
point.
else, or do we need to go around the other side?
No, let's go around the other side.
Okay.
If you mentioned the bike rack and the bike's on back.
And the camera.
And the camera, although our monitor seems to have
It's on the
not
fritz.
working anymore, so we'll probably have to fix
we'll fix that.
part of it. But that's okay. We've had it in really hot and really cold, so it's probably our own fault.
Okay.
People ask a lot about bike racks, which one to go with. This is a Swagman, and it's RV rated. We've been pretty happy with it, but it's taken a beating up on the Alaska roads with the frost heaves and a lot of bouncing. There's a couple of spots right here that I continually have to tighten down as it starts getting a little
Wobbly.
wobbly.
And you look at it in the camera and you go, oh, the bike's still there, the bike's still there.
The connection, the great thing is though, is that Escape comes with that,
Yeah.
and we don't have to worry about weight. Now, I mean, these are basic bikes. They're not the electric bikes, which can be quite heavy.
can
So
be, yeah.
I don't know how people are doing with that. I think some people take them off and they don't keep their heavy bikes back here. But we've had absolutely no trouble. This thing here weighs, what, about 50 pounds?
Yeah, the rack weighs 50 pounds and the bikes
and
weigh
then-
30.
Yeah.
Right.
So weight-wise, not a problem.
Yeah.
This does have an arm. I got this all tied up right now, but it does have an arm that comes down, and the only issue I have with this is I had my nice composite road bike on here, and it did rub a hole in it, and then so I was pretty bummed about that. So yeah, not a good rack for composite bikes at all, but it's fine with the aluminum. So we may be upgrading. Everybody swears by the 1-Up. We might be upgrading to that. We'll see. They're spinny.
Yeah, it'd be good to get some feedback on
But
that.
the nice thing about the 1-Up is they actually have an accessory too to
I've not
add
seen
a
it.
light. Because part of the issue is, it's hard to be able to see.
People
the
can't see
tellies.
your signals.
So we pull this all the way up and we're going down the road.
But personally, we've got the upper light.
What I've noticed is
Gray area.
when I'm pulling, and we got the bikes in the back of my bike rack, it's been bouncing all over the place on the back. It's like, that's great. There's nobody behind me anyway, because anyone who's driving behind me goes, "This looks really dangerous. Let's back up and let's get past this guy." That's good. And there's nothing else down this side, really. As you say, you got your access. Oh, you had your of course, you have your exterior shower
Yes.
down here, right?
Tube there.
So we've been back and forth. We're really glad we have this. We use it to bathe the puppies outside. Sometimes we wish we had another one over there.
Oh, on the other
Yeah,
side.
so we are in the camp of outside showers are a plus.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we have used it for ourselves too.
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
have.
Southwest when it's really warm
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
It's be pretty hot outside.
Yeah, and some extra features
Yeah.
on here.
And we don't use this for like cable TV. We have a Wi-Fi boost.
We boost.
a
Yeah.
Oh,
V-boost.
okay.
So it plugs into the same kind of jack. So we were glad that we had that installed for that purpose.
So you screw it in, put the aerial
Yeah, we just have
somewhere, and
boost
put
on
the
the big
antenna
one.
on the inside or
Yep,
something, and you're good to
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a 12-volt drop installed inside, and we wish we actually had more, but we just hooked up the WeBoost right to the drop that we had, the antenna inside.
Good. Good. Great.
So yeah, that's our.
It looks really good. It's holding together quite well.
Yeah, after 2.5 hard years of going up and down.
Yeah,
the
you guys have.
highway.
I mean, you guys are a great sort of durability test
Yeah,
for the trailer.
the Alaska highway.
You know, it's good because Harrison's actually trying to do a durability video at the moment, or a video on durability, and you know,
Yeah, so the only
good example.
major thing was the axle, and because we hit a major pothole going up to Alaska last year,
oh,
and we noticed the uneven tire wear.
Right.
And so we took it in, and it was definitely
Just knocked it out of alignment, or did it destroy it?
The axle needed. We had it replaced. I mean,
okay.
but Dexter did it under warranty. Comes to find out, last time we had it looked at before we came down here too, that back one might be slightly bent. So at some point it'll probably it's not. They said it wasn't that big of a deal. We'll probably notice a little bit of uneven tire wear.
Right.
Should hold up for a while.
Yeah, so we have not experienced any gel coat issues.
No.
And all of the bouncing around and heaves and all of that,
Rock
nothing.
tips, yeah.
So, I mean, this is a solid trailer.
Yeah.
The axle, again, is just another part on it. And we knew that was a possibility going up there with those frost heaves.
Right.
Which is why we did not take this on the Dalton Highway, nor will we on the Dempster Highway next year.
So, yeah.
Which, because it's just
We have had you folks go up there. I think mostly in the 17s, from what I remember.
I wouldn't want to.
Up the Dempster to Tuktoyaktuk and stuff. Place.
But, if you bend an axle up there and it's so bad that it needs to be replaced, it's going to be a minimum of a month, if not 2 months, to get it replaced up there. So I'm like, no, not worth it for us.
So heads up.
Not worth it.
Really think about
Our
it.
opinion. As far as I know in the last video, you kind of talked about the campsite setup too.
Right.
And because of all the rain, this isn't our full array, but we do have a clam. So one of those tent shelters out here, but putting that away wet is not awesome. We also have a couple other chairs, which is great because sometimes we have people come visit our campsite.
Right.
It's nice to have extra chairs for everybody. And then we do have our grill and a couple.
We also have a propane fire pit that we use. And we use that a lot. But when we came up to Alaska, our truck was completely loaded with all kinds of tools. So we left it behind. So that's something we have to still pick up.
I can't wait to get it next time. We miss our propane fire pit.
The family's holding it for us.
Yeah.
So like,
okay.
We'll be swinging by to get that.
What are these guys?
Those are add-ons. These are real simple. Did we get these at Camping World
I
or
think so.
someplace like that? But for wet towels, we have to wipe the puppies off after walking them. They go up here. Hand towels. What else? I mean, just anything wet. We use that for that. So, and we liked one so much we ended up adding a second one.
We'll use them.
Now, I think some people will grab a hold of this to close it. It's not the best thing, just because it puts pressure on that connection. So we don't use it to close the door.
Right. Yeah, you know it yourself.
No,
Yeah.
when someone's in here, they're trying to close the door.
So it's like, I couldn't design this onto a trailer.
No.
Right, because the weak link is, but you can do it.
Two little screws in there.
It's something we talk about all the time with people doing their own custom modifications on the trailer for themselves on the inside. I always get custom. Oh, could you do this? Could you do that? Or why don't you start doing this? And I go, because because it's going to fail if you use it wrong. If you put it in, then you know what use profile you want for it,
exactly.
right? And you're accountable, should we say, for it, because you had the authority to put it in.
It's kind of at your own risk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But when I do it, it's like, I got to think about so many eventualities.
Yeah, we have a lot of things that were kind of at our own risk. Like turning the tongue jack. I mean,
that's entirely, exactly. And it's fine.
Good, right? That's worked well for
you just know how to do it and use it, and everything's
so
okay.
Far, so good anyway.
That's the beauty of it all. So,
Go ahead.
I come in?
Yeah.
I'll
Yes,
take my shoes
absolutely.
off.
My shoes off, because we cleaned it all up in here for you.
Take a big step. Thank you.
Turn on the rest of the lights.
Okay. Oh, she got a Lagoon Table. Before the Lagoon Table.
Yes.
Or Lagoon, should I say, swing arm mount
We did that ourselves.
of sorts. Yeah, but there were a few people doing this. I think. I think when you and I met the first time, I think this was a feature that people had been asking about.
Yes.
If I recall.
Yeah, I believe it. But yeah, we did it ourselves and we love it. We still have the slider on ours, and with the slider, it reduces my space over here by about an inch. So, and we don't really need the slider with the Lagoon. So I think we're going to take the slider off, and then it just will.
I love the way the Lagoon, you can just just put it in all these different places, and
just great.
I like it. you can jam it over, it makes it very stable.
Yes.
And it's like, sit down, arm up on, a cup of coffee or whatever.
Yeah, we just, when we travel, we just put it in the corner and stuff the pillows under it, and we never have a problem with it.
Right.
With it moving around, so it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite features
And
in the trailer.
Yeah, so we went with the, custom.
That's right. You had custom, and this was before we were doing
Yes. before you had all
all the different paths. Yeah, and we the chinchilla is what we have. That's kind of a faux, I guess, a leather approach. Yeah.
You guys have done a really great job with all those color options. I
Yeah.
think we probably would have just done that.
Yeah.
Picked one because
I know.
there's some that are great
Yeah,
that
they
we
were-
were like, I would have picked that.
That was, and then there was Jolie. Right, Jolie was the
yeah.
one who ran with that and
job.
sort of got all those colors because I'm colorblind and I'm not that great from an interior design perspective.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm not good at all from an interior design
Who picked
perspective.
these colors? Somebody that's colorblind?
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. But the beauty is you got 7 of each and you can mix and match as much as you want and do whatever. But we get some wonderful combinations coming through.
Yeah, people are really.
I love them. I
really
think they're great. I'm
creative.
like, that's really cool.
creative.
It's one of the great things about being colorblind is nothing looks off. Really, or everything is off. It's one or the other. Right? You just get used to it. And stuff. So that's good. So you still got some captain's reading lights, and obviously you
We
have
do,
your
but we love
decor
the
up.
idea that you actually have these now with the USB integrated.
Well, not there. I'm almost there. So
Almost there. Okay.
yeah, I'm almost there. They are coming through. I have a batch of them
We're
at the
gonna
moment.
need to find some of those for
Yeah,
ourselves.
and we're just moving through the rest of them right now. But we got a couple of those.
Yeah, because that's one thing we wish we would have done more of, is added more USB ports. Because I sit over here quite a bit and I don't have a way, charging up my
plugging in.
phone. Right.
I like
here,
I agree. I like the USB in the light, especially plug it in, put it up in the overhead.
And especially for us, because one of our dogs, Lucy, is nicknamed Lucifer
Oh,
for a reason. So we can't leave any of the cords plugged in.
No,
when we
to choose
leave.
them all.
So she's got that potential. She likes to get into stuff. So that, the more cords we can have above, the better.
yeah, up out of the way.
That way, if we forget to remove one when we leave, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
She's not gonna fry herself or something.
Yeah,
And because we're full-time, it's-
magnetic fridge.
Yeah, it's this is a galvanized steel, and we've noticed that it's a little bit more maintenance. We haven't quite figured out the best way to clean it, so it does start looking a little bit tarnished and not as great as when we first.
Is it a galvanneal? No, it's galvanneal, or is it a shiny
No, it's just a.
I think it's a shiny.
galvanized
galvanized?
steel. But there's spots that don't look as great, so we've been sort of trying to research on how to make it look nice again. And then with all that bouncing in Alaska, it kind of.
Oh, it's going to move it down just a little bit on this side for you. Yeah, but still very functional and handy stuff
it's
up
nice
out of
to
the way
have,
and
the magnets. That's
Yeah.
full timers, There's sometimes people walk in here and be like, "Oh, it's kind of crowded and cluttered," because we've got more stuff in here for being able to store our
that's
stuff.
our
and-
office, living room,
Yeah.
and dining room
Yeah.
for people that are living in sticks and bricks, right?
Well, you've been doing this for so long now. I imagine you've gone through different phases of.
we have.
You had lots of stuff, and you went, "Okay, we got to start minimizing down here." And by process of elimination, well, we didn't use that for the last month. Maybe we'll just put it into the maybe not used category, and then 5S it out.
Yeah, we
You
actually
know,
have
yeah.
5S. I haven't heard that term
That
since
was a long
going.
time. 5S is comes from the Japanese stuff with the Toyota management, Toyota
Sweeping,
production
sorting,
system, and then
forget
lean,
all of them,
and
yeah.
So it's just cleaning everything up.
Cleaning everything out.
Only have what you need, and everything has a place and place for everything in its place. In its place, maybe is a better way of saying it.
Yeah, which is great.
Well, we went with the microwave and no oven.
That's right. Yeah.
Because we wanted the storage, and a lot of people, it's one of the big questions. Well, should I go with the oven or not? Should I go with the microwave or not? And I guess we always try and tell people, well, how do you cook at home?
Right.
So for us,
What do you
when we
use
had
at
a
home?
house, we did a lot of microwave cooking and only used the oven for pizzas on occasion.
Right.
So for us, the extra storage was perfect. I just bought an Omnia. A few people have talked about Omnias, and I've used it twice now. It rocks. I love it. So if you haven't seen it, it's a little thing. Oh, pull it. So Ronda, would you
Omnia.
pull that out in there?
Where is it?
Back in there.
Oh,
It's a little stovetop oven. And I've made I made a calzone last night. Needs to be tweaked a little bit. And then...
Oh, it's kind of like a...
Yeah,
okay.
It's like that. Oops, I like that.
So it gives us the ability to do some baking.
Yeah.
Right on the top. On the top.
Right.
Yeah, so it works great.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our
That's really
stovetop
cool.
oven, right?
There you go.
There's
So
our
it's
stove.
There's an idea. That's wonderful. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so for most people, this is their wardrobe, but that's our pantry.
That's your pantry.
It's pretty well stocked right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pull out drawers.
And our
This is what
fresh
full timers
water.
do in the fresh water. I've seen this up in Alaska. I think when you bought it.
Yes, and we were so glad we have it.
Now, so how does it filter?
So there's...
Is it rocks or is it charcoal?
No, there's
or...
like a big... There's tubes, charcoal tubes.
You can pull, you're
okay.
tall enough. You can pull up the top and look at
Yeah,
that.
if you can see.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And the bigger one, there's a bigger one that has 3, I think. So this is the smaller version.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we do is we like to fill up a water jug.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't... If we're on the move, we have this stored. We already have preset drinking water, and we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about it. So that's what those are.
Mm-hmm. Does it, I guess with the charcoal and stuff, it removes any taste
Yeah.
in there as well. Because you can still use the life straws or the ultraviolet stuff, but it doesn't change the taste. You can still taste
Yeah.
like...
No, it's
You know,
you've
beaver.
got fresh water, right? So I'm sure you've had some of the water that's
Yeah.
like really chlorinated, or it just has very minerally, and
Mm-hmm.
even if you filter it, sometimes it'll just kind of taste that way. Not with this.
Not with this, just cleans it out completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we had a water filter similar. Do you remember this, Harrison? We had a water filter and it had a whole lot of rocks and something in
yeah.
it. They call it live water. I don't know. I'm like, oh, this makes sense.
that?
I remember Sharon buying it going, oh, this is great. And we used to use that as our filter thing. It was like almost like an aquarium that you were drinking out of. Is what it seemed like, right? But they did the job. It got rid of the taste. I don't know how, but yeah.
And that's the big thing for us. We don't drink as much water if it tastes nasty.
Yeah.
You know, if it tastes good, we'll drink it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of important.
Yeah. Or if it has no taste.
Yeah, no taste is the best taste.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we found it really was necessary up in Alaska. We were getting water for our cabin at a friend's house, and we didn't know what the content was until we started looking at the tubes that the water was coming in from the jugs, and they were getting all brown and grody. And like, oh, we're drinking that. That's kind of gross. So then we went and bought the Berkey, knowing we'd fully use it in here.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a few campsites in Alaska where we thought we'd be able to get water, and it was this big hand pump type of things, and one of them you couldn't even get water out of. And then when we finally did get water out of it, it was completely brown.
Wow.
And that's like, oh, that's gross. But we had our Berkey, so we can.
And in terms of the charcoal rods that are in there, are they like a lifetime thing, or is he?
Every so often you need to upgrade them, and I believe you're supposed to do a test about once a year.
Yeah, I think so.
You put this sort of red food dye up here and make sure it's coming out clear. So that's your test
That's your test.
periodically
Yeah.
to make sure that the filters are working. So, yeah, and then you just replace those. But yeah.
Great. Furnace, sail switch, been down that road?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's okay.
I haven't had that problem recently, though.
I know. I probably should do a preempt. It's funny. It's fickle. We've gone out there and cleaned it and had big wads of stuff come off of it, but it was still working just fine. Other times it stopped working and I'd go out and clean it and it had like hardly anything I could see on
Right.
it. So
Airflow switches are fickle.
yeah.
They
Little things, really. And,
That's, we've gotten so good at cleaning it. I usually clean it every 3 or 4 weeks, but
Yeah.
I haven't cleaned it in a long time.
I don't think we cleaned it this summer.
No. But
Since we've been
for the
just,
first
like,
time,
going.
yeah, we haven't. For the first time, the heat has not come on at night for the last 3 nights.
right.
So, yeah, it's like, oh, this is nice not having heat on at night.
We came through the Yukon. It was already getting down to 33 in the evening, and the heater was just running, and it draws down all of our power and everything. So,
Right, of course, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we noticed that's one of the biggest power draws.
Yeah,
the
it is.
Furnace,
Furnace,
the furnace
yeah.
coming on. So
Yeah.
if it runs on propane, it still has quite the draw with the
I did a
propane.
video recently with Harrison where we were talking about solar power and batteries and power density and stuff. And there was I was like, I can't tell much of a use case other than it's really cold. You need to stay warm. You run your furnace. How much power am I going to use?
Yeah.
Right.
Like turn everything else off.
Yeah, and you're going to use quite a bit.
It does.
Because
It
we didn't use
consumes.
it last night, and our batteries might actually did pretty well. over the next week or so if we don't have to run the furnace. But we're down to 77% already, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But at the same point, our batteries may have taken a bit of a hit as far as capacity because we couldn't remove them. The AGMs are so heavy.
Yeah.
Normally you remove the batteries, bring them inside, or at the very least have a trickle charger on them. But with the lack of solar in Alaska and where our property sits is a bit low. So even with a little bit of sun in the middle of the day, it's just not enough solar.
Right, so they might be a bit derated if you like at this point.
Yeah. But that's okay. We knew we were going to be replacing them anyway,
right. Yeah.
this fall.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
The AC,
You had some items?
we've only used it, maybe 5 times in the
Oh,
last.
wow.
But we're heat lamps, and we're glad we've had it when we needed to. Our other Alaska Escape friends that we met, none of them have AC units unless they bought it secondhand.
But they're using their units in the north, and they're no plan to come down to the 48 or any place hot. So
Yeah.
So they both of them, Rick and Mark, both have a separate NAX fan, so 2 NAX fans instead.
Right. Yeah, just pulled
Which
some air
is pretty
through.
ideal for that climate.
Yeah, I have the Dometic in mine, and it's kind of you were up with us, Harrison was up with us there in Whistler, or whatever. I mean, it's a little louder compared to the Coleman. I think it's just once that fan runs at a higher speed, right? So you get that higher sort of frequency
Press is
noise
just
off
part of
it.
it when we need it.
But yeah, it does a job. And I kind of
does.
like I'm okay with the noise when I'm sleeping. It's like, great, it drowns
And
everything
it
else
doesn't
out.
bother me
And
either.
it's good to go. Yeah. Which is,
So wear earplugs. Because our little 10-pound dog snores like an 80-year-old man sometimes, so I don't hear anything. That's earplugs.
Lucy.
right.
Same Lucy for
Yeah.
cute as ever. But
Yeah.
yeah, we've been very little, I mean, we kind of keep up with the regular maintenance stuff. Cleaning is a big thing as far as preventative maintenance. But other than that, there hasn't been a lot of things we've had to replace. But we've
That's
got
really
a few
good.
spare parts on hand.
Yeah, just in case.
Yep.
Right.
We do
just
have
in
a
case
spare
stuff.
cell switch and a spare motherboard for the furnace, because that would be the main thing.
And how has your Max fan done?
Oh, it's dead right now.
Oh.
Actually.
Well, so that's the interesting
Yeah.
thing. We ran it right nonstop because we
Nonstop for
always
2
had
years.
it running.
never.
Never had a problem. And all these people we were hearing about a month in and whatever, and we're like, wow, we've been camping and doing all this stuff and never a problem. We went through all the moisture and the cold, and it hit us then. So I think it was in the middle of the night, all of a sudden the fan started beeping. But it'd been a good year and a half of hard use. Right.
So I had to disconnect the wires. We tried a couple things that had worked in the past as far as the beeping, and so I disconnected the wires up there. It was kind of towards the time we were starting to, drive down here, so trying to order another motherboard for it and have it delivered up to there wasn't going to work. So at this point,
trying to get one is the
trying to get one. I have heard that there might have
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they're all
so
suffering the same thing.
Yeah.
All microchip stuff is just been
really
delayed
tough.
like you wouldn't believe.
So if nothing else, I'm going to try Johnny's fix. I've got the spray stuff, so take it out, dry it, make sure it's really dry.
Yeah. Spray it
with the electro protector stuff and see if that works, and attempt to find the problem with trying to find parts when you're not stationary is we have a permanent address in Snohomish, so we can have it in Seattle, north of Seattle, so we can have it sent there and then they can forward it to us.
I love it though. I absolutely love the Max fan.
And we notice a big difference without it. The moisture level has definitely gone up in here. Oh yeah. Yeah, we swear by the Max fan. Because we literally run it 24/7. It's never off. And it's
except for going down the road.
Yeah,
obviously.
So that's definitely our number one.
Well, it pulls plenty of air, because I know when I'm like, if I don't have this on at nighttime, have that on, and I'm sleeping obviously CNE, so it's the up to 19 sort of layout of it, and I usually sleep at the back end, and window open. Pulling a gale force wind across my head, which is quite comfortable.
So I can't wait to get it fixed.
Yeah, get it fixed. Okay, good. We'll get that sorted. Excellent. Well, guys, this is wonderful.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it's gonna,
It is
you know,
fantastic.
Yeah, we love the escape.
I know. We're just thrilled to be able to see you guys and like feel like we're coming home again.
That's right. It's back to its birthplace. I feel like,
No, the thing for me going in, one of the hard requirements for the RV is I didn't want it to break, like, right? Because I hear too many horror stories of like things falling apart, like the actual shell breaking and stuff like that. And I have no concern over that driving down the road with this. Yeah. And that's my number one thing.
You know, it's an interesting one because, you know, obviously you're in an escape right now, so your expectations about what should be the baseline is now set based on escape, and a lot of new people coming to us, they have no baseline, right? So their baseline is automotive or aerospace or something, which is way higher. Again, and but if they've been in an RV before, a stick built of some sort, then they kind of go, it's like, you know, these things are amazing in comparison, but we still hold ourselves very accountable. Like, it's got to be better. We got to be able to make it better. We got to reduce all these issues and just make it better. All the way through.
It's awesome. Like,
you know, there's
imagine full timing in a stick build.
And sometimes there are challenges, like, because I can't redesign and rebuild the fridge. I can't redesign and rebuild the cooktops or the furnaces. So appliances are like one of those things. Is like, you want to have an appliance that is reliable. Okay, but you also want to have an appliance from a manufacturer that you can go anywhere in North America and get it fixed, hopefully. Right? And so it's kind of that trade-off between, you know, everything is reliable until it breaks down, and then you have to get it fixed somewhere. So you need to be able to get them fixed. So
and normally, you know, this stuff just replacing it is not that big of a deal. But with the big RV demand, it's a little tougher to get parts replaced.
And the other thing for you guys is because you're, you know, technically minded, and you've done the RVing for for such a long time, you're adept at changing and fixing and moving things around, right? Where, you know, we also have a lot of folks who just don't know where to start, even with it.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
so
true.
it can be a bit more of a challenge. But then again, that's where there's great support on the forum, right? The RV Life forum, more specifically, and Facebook, the Facebook page, right?
I know we're not on the forum very much, and we keep saying we need to be on the forum the RV Life one a lot more, but Facebook's worked pretty well so far.
Facebook seems to have taken over in terms of maybe a simpler way to find things.
It's simpler.
To find things. That's kind of one of the challenges with the RV Life forum is
things get buried.
It's very difficult to find things. Even like someone will say, "Oh, there's a comment on, you might want to have a look at it," and I go searching for it, and I'm like, I can't find anything.
The search function comes out with all kinds of different things.
It's very challenging. That's why we ended up going to the Escape forum. I said, okay, listen, let's at least have something where people ask us a question, or people ask a question, and we want everyone to know the answer. Let's at least have, and that's when I might seem a little bit, you know, dictatorial, maybe, in so much as, like, I have a very strict process. You ask a question, it goes into the I have a question category. We answer the question, we delete your question, and we post your question back up in the Escape verified Q&A. And I was like, here's the truth. Like, this is the reality. This is the real answer to this. All right, and and post it in there, and then people can, and it's actually searchable. Or more easily searchable. It's different. It's a more modern, if you like, tool, I guess, in comparison to the old forum style stuff, which was almost a prelude to the internet.
People still love it though.
It's great. There's so much good information on there, and there's also so much old information on there. So it depends on where you are, right, with it. So that's great.
I'm impatient. I like the faster information.
I just want the answer. I don't want to have to go searching. It's like confirmation bias searching on the web or something. It's like you'll find whatever answer you want for anything. It might not be the right one. It might not be. It was like, how do you know if it's the right answer? Right. So that's where we come along with. Okay, let's put the verified Q&A and go, this is the right answer. The answer we'll stand behind. Type idea. I'll go from there. Wonderful.
All right.
I think we're going to close this one up.
Okay.
That was a really good trailer talk.
Yes.
Which is nice. A walk around, we're moving, we're doing stuff, and it's really good. So thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Really appreciate it. I was really glad.
I'm so glad we could do this.
Yeah, really excited to see you. I've been waiting for ages. I remember saying, when are they going to come back? When are they going to come back?
It's nice of you to visit us in our home.
Yeah. I know, right? And then tomorrow, so I think everyone should watch out, because you're going to do some content
we are
yourselves, right? So obviously Angie and Ronda are doing some great content on Facebook and Instagram, and you're going to come to Escape.
Yep.
and you got a day almost to yourselves
Yeah.
to do some content. Remember the 21NE? It was
We
a bit
haven't
late.
seen the
Yeah, it
NE
was a
yet,
bit
so
late
excited to
coming
see
in.
it. Yeah.
So you want to see that? So we'll obviously got one in the showroom, so you can see
Yay.
you can
Yeah.
see that. So thanks everybody. That's the end of this trailer talk with Angie and Ronda. Remember, we're Escape Trailer, and we're
Built
Built
for you.
that's excellent. Well done. Beautiful.
Awesome.